Can you believe it? It's like Booker said when he stepped out of prison. It was like releasing the crows he had painstakingly raised. He gained his freedom, symbolizing his liberation. The cops respected him, shaking his hand goodbye. On the bustling streets, old Buff looked a bit lost. The outside world felt like another planet to him. 50 years ago, he had seen one car, but now the streets were overflowing with them. The prison set him up with a temporary pad and a job as the packing ambassador at the supermarket. Old age made Buff work like a snail and make occasional mistakes. The manager scolded him harshly, ignoring his seniority. Outside, he had no friends. Sometimes he dreamt of waking up back in prison, where life made sense. He even thought of robbing to return to prison. But old Buff sighed, "I'm too old, even for robbery." Shortly after, he made a bold move, carving his name into the roof with a knife before making the final call and checking out early, ending this. When the inmates caught wind of this news, it was like they lost their beloved pet. Sadness swept through the prison like a bad flu. Especially Red, who had been there for nearly 30 years, sincerely telling every parole hearing he had turned over a new leaf, but every time they were refused. One day, the prison received many books and $200. What a refreshing surprise. Those were to be delivered on Monday. He seized the bathroom break as an opportunity to sneak in a record. He locked the door and hit the prison radio, turning it into an instant music festival for all inmates. Everyone was yelling in disbelief. As before, it was all nautical nonsense on air. This was a bona fide music party. When the head guard arrived, the man sat, sipping a drink, enjoying music, unconcerned with police. In that moment, the inmates realized they were people too, able to peacefully enjoy music. When confronted by the head guard, he just cranked the volume, practically giving him a middle finger. The next moment, the head guard smashed in the window and broke the door down. He ended up in 2 weeks of solitary confinement. What a price to pay. Luckily, he had made many contributions in prison. Others would have been beaten badly. Finally, in 1959, the man's efforts paid off when the state legislature saw $200 couldn't stop him and agreed to pay $500 annually. Soon, they expanded the library, and it was packed with folks like it was the hottest party in town. That same year, the head guard initiated the pre-release labor reform program, making free prison labor the hottest commodity for capitalists. Every businessman was clamoring to exchange cash for prison labor, and the man became their go-to money laundering machine. He successfully cleaned the money for the head guard, stashing it in different bank accounts like it was a thrilling game. But the clever man had a bright idea. He exploited a legal loophole to create a fake persona, putting all those bank accounts in his name. He could easily morph that fake persona into himself and collect all the cash. It was a foolproof plan. One day in 1965, the prison welcomed a batch of newcomers, and one named Tommy was the talk of the town. He was in for burglary, and this wasn't his first rodeo. He quickly blended in, including with the man. He even asked the guys to help him score a high school diploma for when he got out. Talk about ambition. While chatting with Red, he casually asked how the man ended up in prison, and that sparked a vivid memory for Tommy. When he was in another prison, a new roommate arrived, a guy who specialized in home invasion and loved bragging about his ex. Recently, he cited a case about a golf coach who broke into a home, saw a man dancing with a woman, and shot them both in a rage. Later, he learned she was married to a banker. It was him. Upon hearing, Tommy knew he was wrong, rushing to the warden to demand a retrial. What justice? Little did he know, the head guard, eager to keep those cash cow prospects, dismissed it as just Tommy's fabrication. That sensitive comment sent the head guard into a rage. He booted Tommy out and tossed him in solitary for a month. Talk about cold-hearted. Next, he summoned Tommy, who didn't suspect a thing, as the head guard played nice like he was giving a golden opportunity, handing out cigarettes. All just to fish for the truth about the man's case. Only then did the head guard relax. After stomping out his cigarette, he signaled to the guard above, leading to the inevitable. Tommy was taken out without mercy. Imagine wanting to escape only to be caught attempting to resist. They had no choice but to deal with it on the spot. After that, the head guard sought out the locked-up man, hoping he'd get right back to work. He didn't dare refuse. If refused, he threatened to burn the library or confine him with homosexuals, leaving him unprotected. With no choice, he caved in while plotting something bold in his head. He bid farewell to Red, spilling out his dream to spend his life in a little town called Zihuatanejo. He envisioned buying a shabby boat and opening a restaurant to talk about living the good life. After laying that out, he also asked Red for a favor if one day he got out to check out a place called Buxton. At the north end, a big oak stands by a stone wall. Finding a black volcanic rock inside is like a treasure hunt. Red was stunned. He couldn't fathom why this sudden odd request, thinking the man must have lost it a bit. That day, he laundered money for the god as usual and swapped the papers when he was opening the safe. The god let him slip in fake docs without suspicion, and even told him to wipe his shoes on leaving. Hilarious. After cleaning, the man wore the shoes himself. Red worriedly watched him. When lights went out, he took off his uniform to show a suit had leave tonight. Under the cover of darkness, he executed his plan flawlessly, and the next day, he waltzed into the bank to withdraw all of the head god's cash. He even purchased a sports car for his getaway, only to discover the safe contained just a Bible. Turning it revealed a hidden compartment. Oh boy. But it was too late. Had already sent the evidence to the press, stunning everyone. Soon the FBI arrived, and the captain couldn't escape justice. What a twist. The head god knew if imprisoned, had faced death or be killed by inmates, so he chose suicide. To his last moment, he couldn't grasp how he ruined himself. Truly heartbreaking. Don't forget to like and subscribe.